With Satan, I have struck my deal. I play the death march, fast and free.
A direct quote from Karl Marx, fully exposed in Dr. Paul Kenger's new book, The Devil and Karl Marx, available now at tanbooks.com.
Hello, George.
Hey, okay, great. I enjoy your show very much. I listen to your opinions, and I don't always agree with you, but I think you're a decent man. I have a question for you. You were talking about homosexuality and how it's wrong and everything. And, of course, we all agree with that, I believe, most people anyway. But I wanted to ask you, I know you have several children. What if one of your child was a homosexual? Would you be so black and white and so uncompassionate about it? Or would you love that child so much that you would want to see them have a happy life? And you would, I don't know. I feel like there's no room for compassion there for someone that is a homosexual.
How am I not compassionate?
Well, you're so adamant about, this is your friend that asked you to come to the party and so forth, and you said that, no, I can't come. Well, I can understand that, but it's just that I feel like if a person is a homosexual, they have a right to have a happy life. I believe that. And
I've never said otherwise.
You could look at it through the prism.
But what I'm asking you is what did I say or do to display a lack of compassion?
Well, I guess what I'm saying to you is if you had a child that was a homosexual, would you cut them out of your life? Would you say, look, I don't approve of your lifestyle. I don't want anything to do it. I don't want to be around it. Or
no, of course
would you say to them because they were your child and you love them? Would you say, look, I want you to have a happy life. You do what you have to do.
Well, I would definitely not do the first, but I wouldn't do the second either. So I would choose a different option. So the first option, tell me if I have it right, George. The first option is, would I cut them out of my life and tell them, sorry, you can't have a relationship with me because you're homosexual? No, I definitely would not do that. The second option is, would I say, hey, I love you, I want you to have a happy life, so do what you've got to do? No, I wouldn't do that either. The third thing I would do would be to say, I love you with all my heart, and there's nothing you can do, son of mine or daughter of mine. There's nothing you could do that would make me stop loving you. You're my child. I love you. I'll always love you. But because I love you, I'll always speak the truth to you. And I will never say to you, hey, do what you got to do, if doing that involves some kind of sin. I'm never going to say that to you because it would be false. So I would choose the third option, which I think is compassionate and loving, and that is to embrace that child and love that child, but at the same time be willing to speak the truth to that child. I think that's really the essence of parental love to a child in a situation like that. What do you think?
Well, Patrick, I believe that homosexuality is wrong, and I would be saddened if one of my children had homosexuality. Mm-hmm. And I know what the Catholic Church teaches, and I'm a practicing Catholic, and I try to do the best I can to adhere to the rules of the Catholic Church. But I say to myself, well, what if one of my children was a homosexual? Would I be more inclined to embrace their life and say, okay, be happy. I want you to be happy. Let's say, for instance, that my son was a homosexual. I want you to find a man that you love. I want you to find a man so you can share your life with someone and be happy, rather than just saying, nope, that's wrong. You're bad. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. I mean, think of it this way, George. If you believe that it's wrong, if you really do believe that, not just because the Catholic Church says it, but if you believe it for all the various reasons, why wouldn't you tell your son, don't do that? It's bad for you. Why condone something that's not good if you really love the person and morally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, etc., it would be detrimental to your son? Why would you even think of saying, hey, go for it if that makes you happy? I wouldn't do that.
I guess, Patrick, because why? Maybe it comes into a question of why would God make someone and have them have that proclivity to be that way. I mean, he doesn't make mistakes. You know, everything is beautiful. Everything's a gift from God, and heaven is right here on earth if you open your eyes and recognize moments of it. But if it is so wrong, why did God make them that way?
It's for the same reason.
The same sex.
It's for the same reason, to use a parallel. It's not, an exact correlation, but if this parallel is helpful to you, it's for the same reason that we tell somebody who's got a drinking problem, you need to stop. So if your son had a drinking problem, but he didn't see it as a problem, he said, hey, Dad, lay off. I like this. I like how it makes me feel. This is how God made me. I have a proclivity to alcohol. In fact, it's scientifically demonstrated that there are certain racial groups, for example, Native Americans, who have a genetic predisposition to alcoholism. That's how God made them. It's just how they are. So if you were talking to your son and he said, well, Dad, this is how God made me, and I like how it makes me feel, and all my friends drink, and I'm not getting behind the wheel, I'm not putting anyone's life at risk, and, this is just how God made me, I have a sneaking suspicion, George, that you wouldn't say, well, okay, go for it if it makes you happy. You'd say, son, even still, it's bad for you, and you need to stop drinking. Don't you think so?
You give some great analogies. I tell you. You give some great analogies. Listen, I'm going to have to process that. I've got to. All right, George. I'll be thinking about that. But
Fair enough.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
You got it. You have a standing invitation to call anytime, George. I mean that.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.